So, hey, recording in progress. So, it's really cool that you reached out to me to participate in this, and because it's been quiet for a little while, all this COVID thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now, thanks to you, we're back on track and doing stuff. So that's cool. Yay! So
Fantastic.
yeah, well, usually what we do is a little improv scene, but we didn't talk about this, so we don't have to do it. But you're a new comedian, and I'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah, I am not only am I am new during this. So of course everything that I have done so far is through Zoom. I have my first live performance with the mic and everything next Monday.
Yay!
So I'm so excited, but I'm also so nervous because I'm like I don't mind my material. I'm sure that's gonna get laughs. That's absolutely fine. All of the jittery things that you might get when you're new, I don't have those.
Yeah,
But I'm like, how do you use a microphone?
yeah, that's a good thing. So what you're saying? You're sure you're going to have laughs? That
That's the arrogant in me, but I hope so.
that's cool. That's cool. I like that. I like that. Yeah,
Hope
yeah.
so.
Microphone. Yeah, there's some basics that you need to take care of when you are starting. Like one thing is to buy a microphone and at least when you practice, or at least use a bottle of shampoo or something. But my microphone technique is very important. I did a show yesterday, and a live show, and yeah, you can easily distinguish the comedians who are competent with a microphone from those who are not. Because sometimes they go ha ha ha, and you go like that, and people go what? And sometimes people won't laugh at your stuff because you just say p words on top of your microphone, and then nobody listens. So it's not that your material is bad; is that people can't hear you, and you breathe too loud and stuff. So did you take lessons? Did you take comedy lessons, or are you going like that?
I did take a course. It was like a weekend course here in the UK. It was fantastic because it was not only, hey, this is how you edit and stuff, which is of course valuable, but it was, you're gonna write a 5 minutes through this 2 days, and then we're gonna do a graduation show on Zoom. And then I'm still waiting for them to invite me back to to the live one, but when everything reopens. So
Right.
it forces you to do it, because before I took that course, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna finally do it. I wanted to do this for years. I was so excited, and was like, I'm gonna write the best killer 5 minutes the world has ever seen, and I did nothing because
Yeah.
it's so difficult when you don't have any deadlines, when you don't have anyone you're accountable to.
Right.
It's like, and when you're like, okay, I have a show on Monday, well then it doesn't matter. That's jokes. That's okay. That's okay as long as I say something for 5 minutes. And it was fantastic. I enjoyed it so much. It's 2 days for about 7 hours together in a small group, discussing, and then we did the graduation show. And after that, I have not had almost a couple of days without doing an open mic or a show. It just
Right.
it was fantastic.
That's cool. So how many open mics did you do?
Well, I try to do at least 2 a week, and then anything extra. I'm doing one today, in 4 hours. So
Yay.
I do them all the time. And again, I think because of Zoom, there is that, because I live in Manchester in the UK. There is comedy places here, but they're mostly for open mics. They're mostly, the competition ones. You have to
Right.
stay on the stage for 5 minutes or 3 minutes, and then if you win, and there's a bit more pressure to it rather than
Right.
just say your material. But so because of Zoom, because everything's in Zoom, everything's online. There's a million of them.
Yeah.
If you're not afraid to stay up a bit longer, because of time zones and everything, there's you eons. So I think that really, really helped, as well.
Right. I lived in Bere. I lived six
Sorry,
months in. I lived
Very.
in Bere, just next to you, for
Yeah,
six
not that
months,
far.
a long time ago, and yeah, well, Zoom, it's quite difficult. What different? Not difficult. Different from real life comedy,
Oh,
because there's this.
100%.
Yeah. It is.
I guess, but I would assume so because I used to go to, of course, I go to a million shows as a comedy lover. That's a night out. That's a weekend out. That's where you splash your money to go see the bigger stars and everything.
Right.
So the feelings when you're there and that you can see 440 black just boxes on your screen and they don't make any noise and there's no video, and you're just kind of saying it to into nothingness. You don't know if it's reaching anyone. That's why usually we always encourage people, please just at least just do something. If you can do
Yeah.
video, do audio, because we want to see you and hear you and we know if it's working or not.
Yeah, it's kind of hard because do you know Clubhouse? There's an app called Clubhouse, where
Mm,
there's a lot of comedy, a lot of people doing that's audio, and again, well, it is the same difficulty because you you don't have the whole social contract between the comedian and the audience because there's technology in between you, and but it is fun when people laugh. It's more like if they are laughing on the phone, whereas in Zoom there's more latency. Like you say a joke and it has to travel all the way across the world. People have to think about it, react, laugh. It has to come back to you, and by the time you hear the laugh, it's already next Tuesday, and you don't. You what are you laughing at? I said, no, it's a joke from before. I said, oh fuck. Anyway,
100%. And then there's
yeah.
audio issues, and then the issues of some people who should mute their microphones but don't.
Oh
And you can
yeah,
either
yeah,
hear yourself or them asking for a cup of tea in the middle of your punchline. So it's just never endless issues.
yeah.
But also, I think I don't know how it was before COVID about the online shows or anything, but I don't feel they were as as popular as many of them as there are now. And there's
Yeah.
just more opportunities, I think,
Oh, yeah,
to actually
that's it.
perform.
Yeah, it's great to be able to test your jokes, and but I'm curious about your course. Like a couple of days, and you finished with 5 minutes of material. That's
It
amazing. How
was
many jokes
intense.
in there?
Well, I calculated there was quite a few. I think I did pretty okay. But it was 5 minutes, but it was very simple. It's like tomorrow you're coming in with 5 minute material and we're gonna edit it all during the course. And if you don't have it, well then in graduation show what are you gonna do? Either you don't show up and you just spent, wasted 75 quid, or you just have to sit there and write something.
All right.
um but it was very nice, this graduation show, because again the teacher was like, this is their first time ever. He
Yeah,
kept
yeah, yeah.
kept saying that, just please be gentle with these people. But I think we were pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. I like the confidence in you. Yeah, and it will be destroyed very soon. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, no,
Uh,
I
well, you kind
um
of there's like this beginners thing, like when you go in and it's your first time and it goes well and you love it, and then you think, oh, this is easy, and then second show and you bomb and you start bombing and you go, all righty then, this I wasn't expecting this,
yeah,
and something happens by accident in the first show and people laugh, and then you try to make the accident happen again and then it doesn't work,
it does work.
and but it's cool, it's great because it's part of it anyway.
Oh, 100%. I did one of those comedy stores. There's the King Gong. Again, you have to last 3 minutes, and then how many people lasted, you pick one winner, and it's all great. And I did it, and I did not go through. Because I got flustered. I wanted to do this way too soon because of because of my cockiness. I was like, yes, of course I can do this, 2 weeks into comedy. Because why wouldn't they let me? And of course
Yeah,
I
just I
failed.
exist. The world owes me shit just because I was born.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I signed up and I did it, and it was a disaster. The host was like, yeah, that was shit comedy. And immediately what I've learned from that is I'm not much of a sort of do it on the spot, because I was like, I have an outline of what I want to say. And then because something worked, I kept talking as if I'm gonna make that joke bigger. And I was like, just don't do it. Just learn your material and say what you want to say.
Right.
At least for now. But so I
Yeah.
guess with every one of those things where you fail, it's a bit of a cliche, but you do learn something for
Yeah.
it.
Not you though. You know it already. You are
Oh,
good
of course,
already.
I am
Yeah,
perfect.
exactly.
A
You're
lot
okay.
of my material revolves about how amazing I am. Uh,
As it should. As it should.
so dumb.
Yeah. And so what brings you to comedy? How are you broken?
Oh, well, million ways. Not a fantastic home life. No, really, I'm from Lithuania.
You're from
I
what?
live in Lithuania.
Lithuania.
It's a
Yeah. I thought you
small.
didn't sound very Mancunian
No, no,
accent.
no,
But yeah, it's
no,
like
no.
okay.
So it's a small Eastern European country, that was occupied by the Soviets. So I never felt like I fit in very much.
Right.
I was always, gays are the best and feminism and rights for everyone. Not that these people are not, but that was too much. It was like 14-year-old just going into heaven. Let's have a debate. Um, I'm gonna fight you in your opinions, kind of
Let's
a
shut the
person.
fuck up.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But I thought comedy was such a good way because obviously it's all common sense. We should like each other and women should have rights. It's all common sense. So when people are saying no, common sense is wrong, the best way always to come back with jokes. I found, because to point out the ridiculousness of it. Um,
Right.
that's why when I was a kid, George Carlin, all of these people, I remember learning them by heart.
Right.
The comedy stand-up. So I was in love with comedy since day one. I think I was born in love with it. And then life happened and I didn't do it and I didn't pick it up. And then with this and being at home, I was like, I'm spending most of my time just in bed or doing my job. I was like, I want to do something for myself because otherwise I'm gonna go insane. So yeah, that's pretty much how it happened.
That's very nice way of not answering the question. That was very good. That was very good. Now, because I tend to ask this to people, and George Carlin, you know why George Carlin was into comedy? Because he never met his father, and life was hard
Well, I
for
don't
him.
I don't
And
have one either. No. Who
exactly.
has the father these days?
Yeah, yeah. Who cares about that? Yeah, but George Carlin, Eddie Izzard, Richard Pryor, lots of those people we tend to think, oh, these are the best comedians in the world. They're all broken in a way, as everybody is. But to do comedy, it takes a special kind of broken because you are becoming vulnerable in front of people, trying to make people laugh. You want their attention, you want their love, you want their respect, you want their validation, you want a whole lot of shit from them.
Mm.
And why would any sane person do that? Like, oh, I want to make them laugh. No, you don't. Shut up. You want them to love you
Mm. Oh
because
yeah, of
nobody
course.
loved you as they should when you were young, and that's why you do comedy. And it's hard. It's hard to say. It's hard to hear. But I don't know who. Someone famous said that. No, it's because they didn't love you. That's why you're on stage doing something. But what I like about comedy and comedians is that everybody's on their little way or little uh, journey into themselves. And once you did all the jokes about dogs in airports, you need to go deeper. No, dating websites. Oh, okay, we heard that. Deeper. Oh, yeah. Deeper. I'm afraid to die. I'm psychotic. So there we go. Now we get it. We getting somewhere, because many people, especially beginners, of course, go try to think, oh, what would people think is funny? How
Mm.
people think what's like, it's like there's like a chart of what the audience thinks it's funny. Yesterday I had three comedians, and Tinder was mentioned three times.
3 times, of course.
Three times. Uh, that, little dicks, pedophiles. It's like the staple of comedy. It's all those dick jokes. So like, okay, because each person in their corner, they think, oh, this is really funny, and it is. It does make people laugh when people you bodily functions and fingers in places. It's kind of funny, but then it's kind of empty as well. And so when is your next gig? It's Monday? No,
Next Monday. Yeah,
next Monday, right?
I'm doing it live. So I my goal and from now until then, without having a microphone, trying to figure out how to use one. that's my
Right.
that's my goal.
I'll give you a free lesson of microphone that you will forget. Uh,
Probably.
yeah. Let's see if I have a microphone here somewhere. Well, I'll use this. So I have a mouse here. Right, demonstration. Well, I do have a microphone here in front of me. But anyway, so microphone. This is a microphone. So your microphone goes here, pointing at your face, at your mouth, but under. Because if you watch dry bar comedy, you have good examples of that. It's on Facebook. If your microphone goes here, you go, good evening, welcome to the and you'll be doing lots of plosives and like words with p will go boom boom boom. You'll sound like an animal because your nose will blow into the microphone and people will hear that, and people won't see your face because hey, good evening everybody. Whoa. So yeah, that. But anyway, I used to work with Greg Dean. I'm not sure if you heard of Greg Dean. Greg Dean is the teacher, the professor of stand-up comedy.
I think I'm doing his open mic tonight.
All right, so
I think
I was
so.
going to
Yeah.
talk to you about Greg and Kevin, and Greg has a bunch of videos on YouTube with microphone technique, and yeah, and if you really want to progress with comedy, you should take if you can of course afford it, you should take the lessons. I took the lessons with Greg Dean, and took 101, 201, and then I became assistant teacher there, and we worked together for quite a while, and it's cool because you kind of learn all the grammar of comedy and the real thing. So you'll see the open mic, and you'll see Kevin. He's really funny. Um, and yeah, so check on YouTube, Greg Dean mic technique, and you'll have good information there. So it's cool. I might drop by to see you at the. That'll be funny. That'll be
I'm
funny.
gonna be like, you say you're gonna be funny, but you're shit.
Yeah. Oh, this is what you were talking about. Oh, and you were confident about
I
this
know.
shit. Wow. No. Anyway, open mics online are funny in their special ways. That comedians are waiting for their turn to do their stuff. So and of course everybody tries to help each other. So when people feel that you just made a joke, they go and it's false laughter, unless you're really unless you are really killing, and that's great and people are laughing, that's cool. But if not, if they're trying to help you and they do that little fake laugh, it's just, oh no, I heard
Oh
that
no.
now I have to
I've
address
been
that.
I have been guilty of doing the fake laugh. Uh, sometimes.
Yeah, it's sad, huh? It's sad. Yeah, because as we get older, we are better at distinguishing fake from real laughter, and it's really bad. Not really bad socially. We most of the times we laugh without it being a real laugh. It's because we have to laugh. But some people overdo it. Some people go, "Good morning." So what the fuck are you laughing about? You just said good morning. What's funny about that? No, nothing.
Yeah. And if it's morning, you shouldn't talk anyway, let alone
Exactly.
laugh.
Exactly.
It's too much.
Yeah. Some people are like, oh, good morning. Oh, shut up. Let me go back to
No,
bed.
also a really good thing is to meet people from everywhere. That's great. Friends from India, from New York, from all over the place. Plus to have funny interactions with Americans, which always is just a pearl. I love it so much. An American asked me, do I know what Simpsons are? Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard of the
Yeah.
Simpsons.
No, I live in the Stone Age. Yeah,
It's just like,
it's
if you haven't heard of The Simpsons, the joke wouldn't work.
yeah,
I've heard
they're
of The
funny.
Simpsons.
Americans are funny with that because they don't know anything about anybody else
I
unless
think
they're
that's it.
old.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's silly to say, but yeah, it is. But some things don't work. If you take Greg's lessons, there'll be some jokes and like about specific neighborhood of New York or San Francisco or something that they know because it's in pop culture. But of course, you as a foreigner, you wouldn't know. You understand the language perfectly. You could probably figure out what it is, but you don't have the reference. So if you don't
Mhm.
have the reference, you'll miss the joke. So, and how old are you, if I might ask?
I'm 26.
You're
I'm a
26.
late
All right.
starter.
Well, I'm 38 and I started a couple of years ago, so that's fine. Late starter. No. Well, so
It's just I
and
see a lot of 19-year-olds when I'm doing these things at the moment.
yeah, that's a cool thing because I started now and I can say, well, I've been doing comedy for 20 years because I've existed for, nearly 40 years. So I can say that. And they go, how come we never saw you anywhere? Because I was in comedy porn. It was like this niche comedy thing. Yeah, only very, very, selective, exclusive clubs. No cameras allowed, just, millionaires and stuff. Now I'll be doing crap jokes for you as a, just banal audience. So pay me. No. So yeah, if you are young, but that's the thing. There's a lot of young people, and it's cool because you learn a lot from the beginners. You learn more from the beginners than from the masters. Because masters, you go like, you see Seinfeld, you see Eddie Izzard, you see George Carlin, you see all the Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, you see all those people. It looks so easy. It looks like, oh, this guy just walked up and started talking into the microphone, and people are laughing their asses off. And now I'll do the same. And you go, hello, I'm very happy to be here tonight. It's very good to have this opportunity. Nice Tuesday. Was it Wednesday? No, it was Tuesday. My cousin and I, because my cousin, this was my brother. My brother was with me. And people are just, drooling and falling asleep because it's not that easy. It looks easy. It's like, yeah, just talk to people. I said, no, just write, check, rehearse, memorize, correct, do all, rewrite, edit, start again. Woo. Adjust the emotions of what you are doing. There's a whole bunch of things where it can go wrong, but when it's done well, it kind of looks easy. So that's the cool bit. So yeah, and so what's your plan? You're doing your first gig on Monday, and then other gigs, writing a show.
Oh yeah, I am writing, of course. I took a screenwriting course just now, and I've
What
been
a
doing
speed writing course,
screenwriting course. So
screenwriting course.
writing,
All right,
I'm writing funny, hopefully on the side. So anything that I can get from open mics, and I would like to do as much live ones as I possibly can at the moment. We are opening up in a few weeks, so I think there's just going to be more opportunities then. So I'm wanting to book everything and maybe go to London. There's a million there, but it's just so expensive to go to London from anywhere in
there's a
England.
million clubs, but there's 50 million comedians. So that's
Yeah, as well.
that's the thing as well.
Yeah. So just go there and do as much as I can, and then write, and submit to competitions, and be um just doing that.
Cool. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. That's good that you're. But again, London. Of course, I think when you are ready for London, then definitely go to London. But I live in France, and my experience here is that there's Paris, where there's a bunch of comedians, and they get paid like shit, and they're have to run around to do 3 minutes here, 3 minutes there. Where when you go to the countryside and you go, hey, I'm doing stand up, people go, hey, I stand up. What in the world is
What's
that?
that?
Yeah, and you go, hey, this is just me, just talking, and you laugh and pay, and they go, oh, good, and here's some money, because there are no stand-up venues, or very little. There's no People are not used to it. There's no competition. You just decide when you want to go and what you want to do, and people will say, oh, cool, and you have an audience. the same audience that you have in London or in Manchester or whatever, but in smaller places, then you can get the stage time you need to progress. And going to London straight away, of course, it is expensive, but of course, if you're rich, that's cool. You can go and stay at the Hilton.
Sadly,
Yeah, exactly.
no.
Yeah, and but yeah, and I had friends from New York, and it's the same. It's like it's always a hustle. You're always pushing to, and you don't even get paid, and you don't get nothing. You go to people are paying entrances. They buy tickets to go and see you, and you go there, you do your thing, and you fuck off. And they go, "Thank you. We'll let you come back one day." So, and what is your material about? What do you write about?
Mostly being an immigrant and
Being an immigrant. All right.
with Brexit going on.
All right.
About that, about I do have a Tinder joke. I do have one. I will not lie. I will admit.
Alrighty.
I will admit to it. It's less of a Tinder joke or more of just me and my single days. And how I was not very respectful of myself. More of that, I think, more than anything.
I like that. I fucked everybody. I didn't care.
No, kind of. And I do a bit of like political stuff and poignant stuff, but I try to just make it into puns and one-liners.
Yep.
And just how men are the worst, mostly my material.
Yeah, bastards. Exactly.
Pretty much, yeah. And for that, I think just going on Facebook, and it's just material. You don't even need to write anything. it's just there. I have one example. I saw Guardian was, they do like these opinion posts.
Oh yeah.
The like people write it. It was like, I wanted to be a better husband, so I threw my kids a birthday party. Wow. What a hero. How
exactly.
Did that,
give this man a cookie.
Exactly. I was just I kept laughing and laughing. My boyfriend keeps saying, like, what's going on? He did something for stupid loser kids. Like, what a hero.
Exactly.
It's just, so I do, but really it's just everything that I can think of at the moment. I try to do a bit of a longer story if I can. I lie a lot, of course, just to get to the funny.
I lie a lot, and then I go to do comedy.
Yeah. Just the horrors of office life, just capitalism bad, that kind of material at the moment.
I like the horrors of office life. You go to a clean, safe, well ventilated environment. How fucking horrible. I would prefer being a coal mine with gas and dynamite and underground.
I would, if people would just like leave me alone for a minute. Everyone wants to talk to you. Everyone wants to chat with you. And if you have to deal with customers on a daily basis, then you might as well
those bastards
go in the woods. It's horrific. I hate it. I said, in one of my jokes, I'm saying that Thanos was maybe correct, and he just had a right idea, I think, because he definitely used to work in customer service. 100%. Because it's really bad.
Yeah, customer service is a pain.
It's unacceptable. The way
I know I'm a
talk
bastard when I talk to people of customer service, because they're such morons. They never do what they're supposed to do. They say, "Oh, we'll call you tomorrow," and they never fucking call you. "Oh, we'll get it done by Tuesday." They never get it fucking done by Tuesday.
I would never do anything for a customer. Never.
Exactly.
I lie a lot.
No. That's cool. No, she's not there. He's out on the training. There's this guy in the bank here. He's been on training forever. That bastard. Oh, he's away in a meeting today. Okay, call back tomorrow. He's in teaching today. I'll go and come. I'll be here and shoot them in the face. So tell him that. They go, no. Don't talk to us like that, dude.
But for us, it's worse. Even if a customer is nice, you're like, I still don't like you because you're calling me instead of me not talking to you. I could just do something else.
I could be on TikTok.
I know, but here I am. Here we are in this horrible situation. We have to talk to each other, but we don't know each other, and I don't like you probably. So I hate it.
I was like a
There's a lot of
prostitute.
frustration there.
I'm only talking to you because there's money involved. Because I'm getting paid to give you attention, and
No,
I
I
would
think
never even talk to you, let alone touch you, piece of shit.
no, I think
That's
being a
cool.
prostitute would be there's much more dignity involved in
Exactly.
that profession
You have
than doing.
principles. You can refuse people, and instead of just trying to. That's a good sketch right there. Like if prostitutes work like customer service, when you go and try, it's just dogs killing each other. If you go to see a prostitute, and if she would be working like a customer service, oh, that's not me. That's a blowjob. No, sorry, it's not me. It's my colleague, but she's away on training. So why don't you call back next Tuesday? And she'll be, I'll I'll pass the message forward. She'll be waiting for you next Tuesday. Then Tuesday you come back,
Nothing.
and Mary is not there. It's a dude, and he goes, "Oh, Mary. Oh, sorry, she left the company. Oh, I'll be taking over the communication now. And so, tell me, what was your problem?" That'll be funny. And each time, all you wanted was a blowjob, man. It's like,
It's hard to get these days.
and you get
No, but
frustrated.
it's at least you can respect. At least you can reject, customers. Because sometimes if you work like a call center, I remember working for one. It was like, well, this guy just called me names and slurs, and he said I should go back to where I come from. That's tough. I'm like, you're not gonna do anything about him. No, just make sure he's happy. Like, well, listen, you do
I'm
not pay
already
me
in
enough for this.
Lithuania, you piece of shit. This call center is in my country.
Ugh,
Wow. Yeah, that's cool.
really
That's a lot. I have a couple of friends here, and one guy worked in the call center, and the other one happened to call the call center because it's the gas company, and he was being a total dick, calling the customer service. Yeah, because if you don't come and fix my gas installation, it'll be shit, and you're shit, and everything is shit. And the other guy recognized him and let him talk. So, how you doing, John? And he goes, what? It's me, Kevin. How are you doing? And he goes, and because you allow yourself to be a bastard to people in customer service, but then when you realize that this is an actual person on the other side, and like if you're introduced to them or if you know them, you go, sorry, a bit nervous today, a bit edgy, and you regret bitterly.
Oh yeah, 100%. I do very simple tricks. I was like, would you mind repeating that? I usually people stop
Like if
talking
someone calls you a
immediately.
bitch, you go, would you mind repeating that?
Just repeat that for me, please. Or I start to cry. It's
Oh,
the easiest thing to do that will always shut them up, I thought.
that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's wow.
So it's
Yeah, it's like
and you're done. What are you gonna do? Yell at me more? No one's done.
That's really fun. Like you pretending to cry. I used to do that with the girlfriends because when we had fights over the phone, instead of actually crying, you just pretend to cry until the other one would ask, "Are you crying?" And you go, "No."
No.
But you were being honest because you were not crying. You're just pretending to cry. You say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it's okay." But yeah, pretending to cry as a customer service rep, that's strong. That's a high level right there. Well done. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
If
I'm proud of me too.
if I would have the courage, I would do stuff like that, and say, well, but my kids have cancer. And that's why I'm edgy and I'm not patient with you, because I just lost my whole family. My dog ate everybody. So can you not wait 24 hours for your internet to go and watch porn or whatever you like stuff you do on the internet?
Oh no, I worked in broadband customer service as well. So porn was a big part of my daily conversation with people. People do not have shame because you don't have to say what websites are not working, and they would always say. my porn's not working. My porn's not working. Like, okay. I unlock your child locks or whatever, and they will be like, thank you, we'll go watch my porn now. I'm like, wow, people are really open here.
That's really cool. Sorry, I have my tissues. I have my bag of
I'm ready
Cheetos.
to go.
I have my Fanta orange. It's very fresh. But the you porn is not. And do you have midget porn? Very something very
Unlock
nice.
that one specifically.
Exactly. Oh man, I at the party the other day, and someone said, what's the name? There's a cartoon, and Noddy. It's like a anyway. Is some toys talk and interact and stuff. And one guy was saying, well, the names are a bit dirty of those characters. And I go, well, if it exists in normal life, it exists in porn. So I went on Wikipedia, and there's a list of the porn parodies of blockbusters, and you'll laugh your ass off, because they just change Lord of the Rings. You can imagine what they did with that, and stuff like that. So that's
oh no, it's hilarious. God, I can remember some of them. Alice in Wonderland, I think, was one. No,
yeah, Alice in Pervert Land, something like that.
Something like that. It's insane. I just, my favorite things are, of course, comments. Just love the idea of people comment on porn. What, for what reason? And I remember once there was like a long comment of a guy who's like, I know I've been commenting here for years, but I have to just let you know that I have found a girlfriend. I will not be watching porn anymore. And I was like, no,
Bro.
Masterborn 6000, how dare you leave us? And I was like, what is going on? People are
That's
so
really
emotional
great
about this guy not commenting on porn anymore. I was like, do you binge it? Is it like watching Friends?
Yeah, probably.
Let's go through the series.
Yeah.
Big boob orgy 1 through 5.
Exactly. Those people, it's weird because sometimes when you see interviews with porn stars and stuff, and they have their fan base, it's like a rock star. There's this girl saying, no, I don't do interracial stuff because my fans would not forgive me. And you go, wow, your fans care. It's like there's so much. But anyway, there we go. Staple of comedy, sex. 70% of comedy is about sex.
It's just a funny thing.
It's a funny thing.
It's just it's just, there's no discussion. It can be hilarious in every single way. I think it's one of those things. Everyone's thinking about it at least some time of the day, and
when they're
it's
pretending to cry on the phone with their clients. Yeah,
I know.
I'm gonna anyway. So who's your favorite comedian?
Well, at the moment, I love Catherine Ryan. I love everything she does. I like Jim Jeffries a lot, but I would say Catherine Ryan. Just some English. Well, she's not English; she's Canadian. With some English people. But I love Catherine Ryan. I think Glitter Room is just peak comedy for me.
All right, I don't know any of it. I have to check it out.
Yeah, Glitter Room. It's on Netflix, a Netflix special, and it's just, I like her because she has this air of she makes a joke about, I was, even when I was bullied, I was like, I'm the only person who believed their mom was like, they're just jealous. Like, I know. So I feel like we're kindred spirits in that way. in this way. So I really, really enjoy her comedy at the moment. But every time anyone asks me that question, my brain just goes, what's a comedy? What's a comedian? I just forget everything.
Dumb.
It is
Start
really
the questions. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it is hard when you have a lot of influences and people who you admire. You don't even think about them, but they are there somewhere. And you just saw some special, or not long ago, and you think, oh, this is the best comedian ever. Then you watch something from further back in time, and you go, oh no, this was it. Oh no, oh this is it.
100%. Ali Wong. her
Ali Wong,
comedy
yeah,
specials
she's
I
funny.
found very, very funny. I just love the fact that she did them pregnant both times. of course. Of course,
Yeah,
you got pregnant and did a comedy special. What else are you gonna do?
exactly.
Sit at home.
Yeah, eating banana
Um,
with Marmite. Yeah, fuck that.
exactly. So she's very funny.
You did that. That's very funny. You did your little laugh. That was funny. There we go again.
I'm just
That's good.
thinking on Ali Wong. To
Uh,
be fair, I do have a very fake, horrible laugh. Um, either way, see, I do because otherwise I'm a bit serious. So I try to smile and laugh at everything, except if it's
that's
morning time, of course.
yeah. You try to kill
Then
people. Try to
yes,
strangle them.
yes,
In Lithuania, that's what we do. Strangle people. In the morning. Nobody goes out in the morning because people get strangled. That's a good thing. In my country, you get up in the morning. That's cool. Mornings are fine, but it gets so hot in summer, like 40 degrees, 42,
mm,
43, that between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock, you don't see anybody on the streets.
yeah.
And the people, you're behind your window and you go, oh, this is a crazy person. What is this person doing outside? No, you're going to die. And then they die. And they say, I told you
They
you're
would
going to
die.
die. Yeah. They're all dried up and stuff. Anyway,
Mm.
that's not true.
No,
Anyway, but it is very hot.
oh God, I don't like the heat. That's one of the reasons I moved out because summers can get really hot where I'm from, and now it's got hot here. So I'm like, I want my money back. How dare you?
How
I was
fucking dare you?
promised horrible weather all year round. Every comedian that's ever jokes about it was like, England has horrible weather, and it's lovely outside. So
Yeah,
I'm very mad.
you're very mad. You as you should, as you
It
should
should
be.
be. It's not. It's still not as hot. They just don't understand it. what
No,
real heat is.
yeah,
That's why I was like plus 20 there with shorts. I'm like, how dare you? That's not that hot.
exactly. Shut up. Yeah, and they go because it's like a Billy Connolly. Say, no, I don't go to the beach because I'm not even white. I'm blue. I'm pale blue. It takes me a week to be white. Exactly. So that's
Yeah, yes,
yeah,
we're exactly the same. But
right.
now we have a hot garden and everything, so it was a fun summer. It's still going on. I don't know what I'm saying as if it's over.
Yeah, it's just starting.
It's starting now.
Marvelous. Well, thank you very much for being on this Scott and Friends kind of thing, and I'll be following what you do. And well, I hope you do the open mic tonight with Greg Dean, and if you can, really do take the lessons because
Oh,
they're very
I'm looking into.
yeah.
I'll definitely look into it. Thank you
Look
so
into it
much.
because if you're a comedian and you speak, how many languages do you speak?
Just two.
Two, right?
I'm the loser in
So
the family. Just two.
just to yeah, because Europeans tend to speak many languages. So if you you can I think you can understand it better, the lessons that Greg gives, because if you have two languages, you'll understand functions of language, you'll understand grammar, you'll understand a lot of things that if you just speak your own language, people go, oh, like a determinant or a modifier, and you go, why? Because you always thought about your own, you never thought about your own native language, but when you learn English, you have to think, oh, if I want to say that, if I want to emit a hypothesis about something that might have happened in the past, then I need to say this thing. And you have to, it's like a conscious process of learning language, and learning comedy is somewhat of a conscious process, and it's very interesting, and Greg is the best. So yeah, you should definitely
Yeah,
check him out.
100%. I was looking for
And
something as well, just because I like learning, and you can't have too much of it. So I'll definitely have a look.
yeah,
Thank you very much.
and yeah, we'll catch up soon when you do your first gigs and stuff. So yeah, you just let me know, and we'll do like a 6 months progress check and see where you are in 6 months. That'll be really great to
That
do
would be fun if I
do
have
a thing.
something. I'm done. I'm quitting. I hate it all.
Yeah, well,
If it's not
that can
that.
happen. That can happen. Now I'm in customer service now. Fuck off.
Yeah, I love my job. I'm back in that office life.
Exactly. I love it. I always loved it. I was embarrassed. That's why I said I wanted to be a comedian. So yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway, I'm going to stop this recording. And goodbye, YouTube. This will go on YouTube. So if you regret something, we can edit it out.
That's okay.
So cut the recording. Goodbye, recordings. Oh no, that was that. Goodbye.